Industrial agriculture began right around the end of World War II. It was because of the baby boomers were being born and populations were increasing. Science was getting a lot better, and they were able to produce chemicals which helped these crops grow in larger quantities than had been possible before. Before that, farms were really small. A lot of times they were family owned, and they would produce a lot of different crops. The yields weren't very big, and after the Great Depression, a lot of them sold and moved to cities so that they could find work and feed themselves. Chemicals have been overused, such as pesticides or insecticides, to make these crops grow without being harmed by pests or diseases. There's tons of different pesticides that are used, big variety of them. In America, annually, there's over 1 billion pounds used, and that's according to Avahanda MC in 2009. And that's just an absurd amount. There could be a whole lot less used in a bunch of different ways that are more friendly to the environment and more friendly to human health. Because whenever you have that many chemicals in groundwater, it's really not safe, and we don't know how many ways or in what ways they could affect the general population.
Industrial-scale agriculture is highly unsustainable. Change is needed in order to not only feed the world's growing population, but also to combat climate change and other environmental degradation that is occurring as a result. These chemically intensive methods we've relied on for so long have a variety of effects on you and your community's health. Pesticide use needs to be severely decreased, and we need to rely on alternative farming techniques, especially because studies conducted to determine a pesticide's safety usually only examine one pesticide at a time, when any time you consume produce, you're consuming a multitude of pesticides at once. These pesticides and synthetic fertilizers that are so excessively used are then washed into waterways, tainting clean drinking water supplies, degrading our aquatic recreation opportunities, as well as having a much larger impact on ecosystems as a whole. There needs to be a change in the primary farming techniques we use today, as they are proving to be detrimental to human health, environmental health, and overall proving to be very unsustainable, especially when taking the increasing impacts of climate change on agriculture into account.
There are a few different strategies for addressing this wicked sustainability problem. This includes encouraging sustainable consumer habits through educational campaigns, increasing product transparency, and using incentives, as well as expanding local production resources, using strategies such as incentives for local farmers, building or expanding local community gardens, and providing incentives and initiatives for household gardening projects. What we know plays a very important role in consumer habits. If somebody doesn't know what something is or how to use it, chances are they're not going to buy it, and this is true for produce as well. If somebody doesn't know what organic is, or if they don't know how to cook with something, chances are they're not going to buy it. So an important way to influence consumer habits is through education. One way to help consumers make informed decisions is by informing them on what is organic, what is local, and what is both local and organic. Incentives can help guide consumer choice by making local and organic alternatives price competitive with conventionally sourced produce that doesn't account for the negative externalities of industrial agriculture. This can be achieved through strategies such as subsidies or rebates. Besides incentivizing sustainable consumer habits, what the community can also do is encourage sustainable production habits. This can be done by incentivizing organic farming by local producers, and it can also be done by expanding resources like community gardens, such as the one I'm standing in front of, and also by encouraging people through education or incentives such as discounts to start their own home garden or potted plants in apartments.
Imagine a future with a thriving and healthy food system. Small farms are thriving with mixed systems, retailers are profiting and meeting consumer demands, and consumers are sourcing good quality food at affordable prices. All this while reducing the environmental impact and improving human health. In this sustainable agriculture future, the growing population is fed through a network of small farms and community gardens and the such. We have made a shift from monoculture crops to a polyculture system. Plants, animals, and insects are working together naturally. Livestock is being grass-fed, and this has eliminated the need for wheat production. This has added diversity to the food we produce. This paradigm shift has in turn created a healthier society. We are feeding people by working with nature, not fighting it. And this is a future we can all be a part of. It starts with you and me.